Hello, Leo. Welcome to Spicy Sunflower Tarot and welcome to this June reading that we have here for you. It is a weekly reading in the month of June, and I hope that you're well. I hope that you are enjoying if it's summer where you're at, I hope you're enjoying your summer. This is SOHA Mystic Tarot, and I have an energy reading here for you, Leo, just tuning into the sign of Leo. Check in with your intuition, check in with your energy as you're watching this reading. We're going to start with some information about your past. That can be last week, that can be yesterday, that could be last month, maybe even last year. Sometimes we just hold on to this energy and we carry it around with us. So let's find out what energy from the past is affecting you for the sign of Leo. Temperance, your fire cousin Sagittarius there. 5 of Wands, a little bit of fiery, egoic energy. And the 4 of Swords. So it looks like you had this energy in your past of trying to establish a sense of moderation, trying to not be too heavy-handed, trying not to weigh your scales to one way or another. You weren't trying to be too, I guess, I want to say judgmental. And temperance is moderation. We're trying to keep things just right. You know, Goldilocks and the 3 bears, and trying the porridge and trying the bed, and everything just needs to be just right. It can't be too big, too small. It just needs to fit just right. And that's temperance. And it is blessed by an archangel, Archangel Michael, which is he clears obstacles. So in an effort to clear unnecessary debris out of your life, there was this need to establish, I will put up with this, but I won't put up with that. I have these boundaries. I've got my moderate energy on, and that's it. And as you moved into some future energy in the past, there was 5 of Wands. There was a battle of the egos. There was possibly you and a group, or a group versus you, with an exchange of ideas or concepts or possibilities, and not seeing eye to eye, not being on the same page. And in fact, it's very schoolyard, immature, people just battling it out for the sake of battling it out. It's very much proving me right, proving you wrong. And it gets us nowhere. Truly and honestly, this kind of kerfluffle is it's a waste of time. So I think it's interesting that you have this lofty temperance energy, and then boom, right into 5 of Wands it's like a street shuffle. And then you take a well-deserved time out to relax, to recharge, to rejuvenate, to get your batteries back up and running, because something took the wind out of your sails. You know, I really think you had your head screwed on straight, and then you got kind of sideswiped, is the way it feels, and knocked off your center a little bit. It's funny because I remember hearing things about you think you've learned a lesson, and then here comes the test. The 5 of Wands. So 4 of Swords, I need to rest. I need to relax. I need to give my mind a break, is more than anything what 4 of Swords represents. Let's get some energy about the present, the current energy for the sign of Leo. Leo, where are you at right now? What's going on in your life? 7 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. Okay, so right now it feels stressful. It feels challenging. It feels like you're not necessarily quite sure who you can trust. You are invested in nothing right now. There's a group or there's a person, you're just not sure about them. Seven of Swords is deceit, sneaky, lying, cheating, stealing. It is someone trying to get the wool pulled over your eyes. That in turn creates stress in you, rightfully so. It creates this a feeling of, that Four of Swords, Eight of Swords is like, I'm over here trying to rest and relax, but when I do, my brain is going like a gerbil on a wheel. It is just round and round and round. I'm just chewing on my thoughts, thinking of my thoughts. I feel like I'm in a prison of my own mind. And it is all these thoughts. Swords energy is cerebral, it's mental, it's our analytical mind doing somersaults and jumping jacks, and it's keeping us up at night. And it's about somebody. There's somebody in your camp that you're not quite sure about. Let's get future energy for the sign of Leo. For the sign of Leo, some future energy, future-oriented energy. Three of Cups. And you know what? When it all boils down and at the end of the day, all is well. There may have been some hiccups along the way, but as you move into the future, this is always not a prediction. It is just a representation of possibilities. Three of Cups is joy, celebration. It reminds me of like in August, summer barbecue, hot dogs and s'mores and yummy wine and people just hanging out and enjoying one another's company and socializing and hugs. And it's just such a beautiful Three of Cups, beautiful, celebratory, positive, optimistic energy. Now I want to lay down a layer of extra for you, Leo. All right, let's see what we get for the sign of Leo. A little extra. We have the World. We have Justice. And we have Seven of Cups. So you are completing a cycle. You are nearing the end of what feels like this journey that you've been on. And it could have been like the last 10 years, but it's finally beginning to wrap up. And you're finally beginning to feel like everything's in the box, the lid can go on, and that beautiful bow can get put on the top and put up in the closet or put out in the attic or whatever. The World, it's completed. You feel as if there's been a sense of justice, because Justice is a major arcana representing the sign of Libra. You could be dealing with a Libra, but Justice is you have been found righteous and holy for what it is that you've been doing. Justice is the justice system on your side. You could have been going through a legal battle of some kind. You could have been going through the legal system. This can be anything to do with like HR at your workplace. It can be a small claims court. It could be even divorce court for that matter. This can be getting married or getting divorced. But this justice energy has to do with something working out in your favor. Your truth has been recognized. It is a positive energy. It's truth, your truth. After all of the lies and the cheating and the stealing and the battles of the ego and whatever was going on, ultimately, truth will prevail. And then there will be a moment in time when you feel not only celebratory and clinking glasses with your besties, but you will have these choices and these options before you that you may never have had before. How do you want to feel? What do you want to decide? The Seven of Cups can represent anything like a smorgasbord of emotional options. I can feel this way. I can choose this cup and feel this way. I have these options and these choices. But once I choose that cup, whatever was in that cup is what I get to deal with. So 7 of Cups is not just like, a wild and crazy abandoned moment. It has to be thoughtfully considered. So you're going to have to choose, like a new place to live, a new partner to be with, a new job to pursue. There's going to be choices and options, even though everything did work out in your favor. There definitely was this completing of a cycle. Leo, let's get you a oracle card from the Moonology deck for the sign of Leo. Surrender to the divine. This is full moon energy. So full moon is going to be a significant event for you. And I would highly recommend an attitude of surrender, of letting go of what no longer serves you, to the divine, to God, to the universe, whatever you call that loving light energy. Surrender. Leo, this is your reading. Please remember that I'm on TikTok and I'm on YouTube, and your likes and your follows, your subscribes and your shares, your comments, it all helps. So thank you. Be blessed. Be well.